Hey guys, another look of the week. Still going through the same book here, just video after video. I'm gonna try and put them back the same way they came. That's a cutie. The equivalent of today's little Hitachi DXM or DX45s and Mitsubishi BG2s. That micro dozer market never really took off. International. Nobody had the relevance and look that Caterpillar did, though. Like Massey Ferguson, International, Alice Chalmers, Fiat-L, all those brands, like just didn't. Even like this loader here, Timberjack. I mean, compared to a Cat, it didn't quite have the design, engineering, and the lines. A little bit too utilitarian. Another Athey, half a scraper, half a dump truck, to make one complete scraper half dump truck thing. $1978. Usually that around here was in the blue and white colors. That's probably a Mantle boom. Big guy named Jim Mantle, Senior and Junior. Made line loader booms too, heel booms. Their Terex green color looks a little bit off. Maybe it's because there's no contrast with the decals. Or American decals. Wabco related to Scoopmobile, I believe. I mean, Bobcat's a generic term, but usually the backhoe always went on the front of a Bobcat. Live and learn. They're a neat color scheme, those ones. Almost a little bit like the Kenworth 848s and 9s that went into BC coastal logging with the white cabs, the yellow, and the green stripe. These almost mimic that a little bit. Case 880. Bucyrus Erie in a link belt looking color. And stuff I don't know anything about, gravel and processing equipment. Well, I know if it's strong enough to break rocks, it's probably strong enough to break itself. Willock. Could even be the same one I hauled around. My dad and I owned it. Came from a company called HB Construction out of Surrey, BC. Bought it in probably 1991. And over to the other side of Canada. Certainly not as imposing as a feature, not having a canopy on them. I just wouldn't want to run one without a lid. Poor guy. That was everyday normal. The 80s was probably the end of that, but imagine getting up, well, it's Canada here, just 20 below, 30, 40 below, trying to get that thing going. Putting on your jacket and mitts and boots, and of course reversing the fan on the machine, if it had a reversible fan, which a lot of them did. Turn all the blades, and put a tarp, big canvas over you. .806. That's a pin on, that's not a power slide. They made an 805 too here. It was early, not here, but early 70s. And an 807. Well, this company was saving money on rollover protective structures. But soon after, it must have became law. Oh, there's an example. I jumped ahead. I wasn't looking for this. After a while, you used to see this on wheel loaders and graders, where they would have to put an engineered structural metal built, designed rollover bars on them. Because a lot of, I'm sure this one, that's probably just gauge metal. It's 1/4-inch cab. Just wasn't considered strong enough to end up upside down and the operator not get a headache. That grader, that wouldn't be a rollover approved one either. Kitamat. Coopers and Lybrand, there's an old name. Got caught up in a thing as an investor there 30 years ago that, no, 97 was Coopers and Lybrand, and then it became, shoot, was it Price Waterhouse Coopers, and it changed names a whole bunch of times throughout that company disappearing. It's still not wrapped up. Not much to add on this type of equipment, or this type. Actually, I only know a lot about a little. That looks a lot like a Miller Coast Tractor Langfab, that's made local. Coast Tractor, which became Brandt Canada-wide, used to sell the Miller trailers in the 1970s. Okay, those goes one, those go... Actually, 10 minutes. I'll cut you loose and I'll continue this as the next one.